I'll get back to you if the call connects. But as usual, let's go on to see what's happening in the market. Like I said, a lot is happening in the market, a lot of realignments, a lot of changes, and so we may want to proceed with that. What do we have here? We have Stanley Ugu right now on call from Instagram. Hello, Stanley. Hello, Stanley. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, Coach. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Please, could you be a bit audible and let's hear what you have to ask.
Okay, Coach. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm managing to hear you. It's not very audible, but we can work with this.
Hello?
Go ahead, Stanley. Okay, looks like we're having connection problems with Stanley. Dotman says, good morning, Coach. I am here live with you. Thank you very much, Dotman. I appreciate your presence. Ekomi80 says, Coach, I missed your birthday yesterday. I was really pained. I was on the road all through. Oh, you missed a whole lot. You may want to refer to the video. It's already uploaded on the YouTube channel. We talked a lot about so many things, laughed about so many things, including my suit. When I shared what they said it's not suit, it's coat. When I started my banking career with First Bank at the First Bank Learning Center, I shared some photos with us here, and I also drew us memory lane back to 1998 when I started investing in stocks. I showed some evidences, dividend warrants, and contract notes of some stocks that I was buying those days. So it's really a special edition. You may want to go back to it on the YouTube channel at your leisure and free time to go to some of the insightful sessions we had yesterday. It was really, really interesting, and a lot of records were set also in the course of that live session in terms of attendance, in terms of number of likes and gifts as well. Hello, Stanley, can you hear me now? Okay, this is where we give up on speaking with Stanley. Let's see if we can speak with the second caller on Instagram. Thank you very much, VOO. Appreciate you there. I'm seeing the gifts you are sending. Really appreciate all my gifters. You did amazing yesterday. And again, we are out here today. Thank you very much. Let's see. What's happening with the stocks today? Please listen up very closely because a lot of changes are now happening in the market based on the first quarter results that are being published. So some of the companies that we think will do very well, especially based on their 2024 performances, are not as fantastic, while others who were doing badly as far as the 2024 performance is concerned are now currently doing very well and are what realigning and rebalancing portfolios, if you like, especially if you have those stocks that I feel that may not do very well this year. It's time to begin to realign and re-strategize. So what do we have? Top gainers for the day. I will begin with that and then we'll see how it goes from there. Here we go on the top gainers so far. Today, the 29th of April 2025. Legend Internet still making maximum gains, 10%. The top gainer for the day, Legend Internet, you know them, they just got listed. Followed by ABC Transport, ₦1.88. They actually have Stanley, please, you could put off the video. I'm struggling to put it off here on Instagram. I don't know how to put you off the video so we can accept other callers. Please, you may adjust the video and let the full screen appear on Instagram over there. So ABC Transport is second on the list of top gainers for the day, 9.94%. Cadbury is number 3. 9.91%. Currently, Cadbury is now at 32.15. Remember when I started, I said okay, Stanley, please, can you, I really don't know how to deactivate you from here. So can you just go off the screen so I can be able to view other callers and know what to do. Yeah. Okay, so Cadbury is number 3, and I have something to say about Cadbury after now. Number 4 top gainer on the list is May and Baker, 9.88%, currently 8 naira 90 kobo. Champion breweries, I recall the brewery sector has now bounced back to life and they're really showing some strength. 9.79% gained, 4 naira 71 kobo currently. Honeywell floor has jumped to 13 naira 50 kobo. That's interesting. Most of you got in at 11, at 9, apart from those that got in earlier at about 6. So 8.87% for the day. Transcorp suddenly is also gaining 7.88%. Number 7 at 45 naira 70 kobo. Eternal oil continues to be relentless. Suddenly Eternal oil is now more expensive than Oando. Who would have thought this? Well, that's the stock market for you. Eternal oil is up 6.5% at the moment, with a price currently at 46 naira 70 kobo to be the number 8 gainer. Maybe we should also take a look at who is number 10. Okay, number 9 and 10 is Regal Insurance and Ikeja Hotel. Ikeja Hotel now at 13 naira 65 kobo. Wema Bank is number 11. This your Wema that struggled at around 10 and 11 has suddenly jumped to about 13 naira 55 kobo. So it's all about patience. You see, maybe the market is interested and happy with the 1 naira per share dividend declared by Wema, and it has eventually reflected in the price. This Abele says, Coach, good afternoon. I just dragged my husband to invest by force. We must make this money this year. Fantastic. When couples do it together, you know they are unbeatable and unbreakable, right? That's a good win for you there, because a lot of times it's difficult for wives to convince the husbands to do something when it comes to investing like this. You know, we always assume that we know more and we try to show it, but that's a very good one, and your husband must be a winner himself, you know. Congratulations for that. You know, that now accelerates the much money you can make from the market, because instead of doing it alone now, you have him as part of the tag team, and then you are going to be doing quantum leaps, I suppose, and I believe. Coach, talk about Aradel, Tyson J. Okay, I'm going to talk about Aradel. Just be patient. It's one step at a time. Aradel's first quarter result is out, and even though they did fantastically well in terms of revenue growth, eventually the challenge we found with Aradel was that the cost of sales was a whole lot, and that is not unconnected with the acquisitions that they have been making and the money they needed to spend to keep up with the expenses they got into. Now for Aradel, you will notice that even if there is a jump in the profit after tax, there was not much money retained from the revenue generated in the first quarter. It's always been like that. It's always almost like revenue generation for Aradel is seriously eating up in the first quarter. The same thing played out in first quarter 2024, right? They made about 5 naira 10 kobo per share, and if you had annualized that as what they will earn in the remaining 3 quarters, you would have arrived at an earnings per share total of full year earnings per share of about 20 naira or so. But guess what? They made over 70 something naira per share, or was it 50 something? 70 something, from which they paid 30 naira per share as total dividend. So if you judge them by, especially the earnings per share, by the first quarter performance, you were going to be most likely wrong, because in the end, they make more money in the second quarter and in the last quarter of the year. And that's where their earnings per share and profit after tax gets boosted. This is where you benefit from experience like we are sharing here. Because you could mistakenly rush and go and sell your Aradel. The market could react negatively, whereas in the first place, the Shell facility that was acquired is also not part of the first quarter results. So expect, apart from the regular second quarter that you get better, expect a greater return, or in comparison with the second quarter 2024, what Aradel is going to be making because of the inclusion of the Shell facility that was acquired. So a whole lot of opportunities are waiting for Aradel to show. And then for me, I am just patiently waiting to see how the market reacts so I can know what to do, because there is how low Aradel can go. I will be so grateful because it will cut my waiting journey very short, and I'll go ahead to gather enough Aradel as I can. Let's go on to the markets straight and see what's happening with these stocks we are talking about. Remember, I was going to talk about two particular stocks because what we saw in 2024 full year performance compared to what quarter one is showing us now, there has been changes. One of them, we thought they will continue to do well, is not going to be doing as well, while the other, we saw that they were in a serious struggle, have suddenly come out of it and are doing very well, so they are now very good candidates to buy. This is why we advise that you don't invest in the market and go and sleep. You always pay attention and keep your ears on the ground. And it's really not possible for one to do it alone. A lot of the information on our group, for instance, is shared by Maobi, our communications and information lead. Okay, so a lot others are also posting information. So as much as possible, because one person can't do it alone, we always have a way of sharing information that eventually becomes very helpful for everybody. So once you belong to that community, you don't get to miss out on very vital updates. Okay, so let's see what these stocks are saying, especially the ones in focus right now. But get it clear right now that suddenly the consumer goods sector of the Nigerian Stock Exchange is booming, and I will explain further why the boom. Okay, let's see what's happening with most of these stocks as we lay ambush. Unfortunately for some of them, you can't lay sufficient ambush. Yeah, a lot of ins and outs going on with these stocks, and let's just see what happens. Where is Aradel? Aradel is currently at 449. Aradel 449 naira per share, up 1 naira from the 448 it closed yesterday, and bid we can see here is 357,000 bids, and then versus 288,000 offers. So Aradel is beginning to look good. I am anticipating a situation where the closer we get to qualification date for Aradel, the higher it may go. That's because at the moment, qualification date for Aradel is May 7th, meaning if you buy Aradel now, you still qualify for the dividend that is going to be paid, 22 naira per share, by the way. Payment date is 29th of next month. Okay, so let's see Aradel's first quarter results. So you can see a little bit of the details in that. They tripled their profits actually. The result is fantastic, honestly. But if you take a good look, you will see that there was almost 100% increase in, more than 80% increase in the cost of sales. Okay, and that is what may give us the chance to still keep buying it as low as it is right now. So that's the report for RRL there. No, that's not it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so that's about RRL. While it's opening up, let's see what we have here. What advice would you give to someone that wants to start investing from platform to stocks to buy? Ahibash, your question is not very clear. I would wish you can come on live so we can talk. Should we buy more RRL now? Josie Skin Store. I think you should wait a bit and just see what plays out fully. As long as you already have some, it's important to wait a bit. Thank you, Coach. I bought Vitafoam 30th of December 2024 at 23 Naira 30 Kobo. Now it's 48 Naira. Take profit average down with RRL. Oh, really? Wonderful. Let me see. Vitafoam. I talked about Vitafoam at 23. I remember very well. It went, it kept going up and up and up. And they are actually still doing very well. Vitafoam, even though they are losing today, currently, okay, Vitafoam is now down to 44 Naira per share from the 47 it closed yesterday. But the bids are still more, 2.2 million bids versus 579,000 offers. Okay, so I wanted to round off with this update on RRL. Okay, that's it. RRL recorded 97.6% growth in revenue. Revenue growth 97.6%. So they are really making money. And one of the things you need to understand about RRL also is that they have their own crude oil. So that problem of looking for crude oil to buy from abroad, import into Nigeria to refine, they don't have that problem. They are explorers. They buy crude oil themselves. They refine also themselves. Most of you don't know that RRL has a refinery as well. So their revenue was grown by 97.6% over the first quarter performance of 2024. And then that's from 101 billion naira first quarter revenue to 199.9 billion naira revenue. That's simply impressive. And then profits moved from 22 billion to 34 billion. Then earnings before interest, taxation, depreciation, and amortization, which is also referred to as EBITDA in accounting parlance, increased from 52.4 billion to 87 billion, which is a 66.2% growth. Every company that grows their EBITDA shows you that they are doing very well. Outside whatever it is that may eventually take up those earnings in the form of taxes, depreciation, amortization, and all that. Okay? So EBITDA is very important to really tell how well the company is doing before they eventually pay out their obligated engagements in taxes and depreciation. The operating profit went up 79%. So if you take a look at the key metrics, you will find that RRL's result is fantastic. But don't forget that the first quarter is always worse than the second. And the second is one of the quarters that they make a whole lot of money. Now, outside the acquisition of that shell facility, which will now be reflected in the second quarter results, expect a blowout. And this is where perhaps I am praying that the stock price does not go too far until every one of you, including myself, has loaded enough. Okay? Because it's almost like Aradel is a retirement stock. Buy enough, keep collecting dividends twice a year. Interim and final dividends, just like that, until you decide that you want to sell. Okay, so that's about Aradel. Said enough. We go on to some other of your questions. Really happy with Ulus for your brave move when I called Vitafoam up here. Okay, Black Pelly says, where is Aradel Refinery and do they do retail of the refined product? I do not know if they retail their products. I haven't seen any stations. Okay, so maybe they release them to the petroleum marketers in wholesale, right? The next stock I was going to talk about is Cadbury. Following the first quarter, okay, the other one was, I was going to talk about two of them. Please, when is NNPC entering the stock market? Pat Batsol. No information yet. We have just been told some few weeks back that NNPC's public offer is still in the works and they will soon be done with the background checks before they come on live. Mirabel Bensto says, good afternoon, sir. I haven't received my GT dividend yet. I bought from the bank public offer. Have they dematerialized your public offer as it's reflected in your portfolio? If not, please email your stockbroker and let them do that so that the registrars can also pay you your dividends. It's important that they establish contact with the registrars, that is through your brokers. It makes it easier. Omo B, thank you very much for those gifts. I see you there. I have some callers on TikTok. Let's go ahead and hear them out. Okay, Maobi is in the building. We'll always have him come on board. Good afternoon.
Hello, Coach. Good afternoon to you. I'm nice to be here with you today. I think we have a gentleman who I believe is a newbie. I think his name is Ahibash. Can you kindly call him up, please?
Okay, I'll call him up and then you just go ahead and respond to him after I introduce him. Hello, Ahibash. Hello, Ahibash.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is Ahmad Ibrahim, and I'm streaming from Kaduna State,
Ahmad
Nigeria.
Ibrahim. We are glad to have you all the way from Kaduna. Thank you for joining. Go ahead with your questions.
So actually, I'm a newbie in investments. Due to the fact that we're having economic hardship in Nigeria, and so everybody needs to find ways to have economic stability. And I came across all these your videos, and it was really inspiring and supportive. So I decided to just go ahead and create a plan on how to be financially stable. So, and I wanted to have a guide on how to plan this journey of being able to have consistent income from stocks or funds that somebody will be able to buy consistently over a period of time, that all those stocks that somebody buys will be able to be generating cash flow for him that he'll be using even if he's no more working, or he will not rely on his physical business that he's doing.
Good, you are in the right place. Now I will leave the floor for Maubi to respond to you one step at a time. Hello, Maubi.
Yeah. Hello, Ahmed. How are you doing today?
Fine, thank you.
Okay. First thing first, like Coach has told you, you are very much in the right place, right? Because from your submission, I could understand that already, you are trying to plan ahead for the future and also have something you can lay your hands on, when you retire and when you're not able to do, maybe the things you are able to do now. And stock trading is one of those things that can easily give you a very good income in your retirement age. With that being said, it's very important to say that you need to know what you are doing for you to be able to benefit from the stock market. And this is why a platform like this becomes very important. Now, how can you make money? Or how can you generate income, like you said, from the stock market? We have what we call capital gains, right? You can easily buy a stock. If you listen to Coach a few minutes ago, you will hear when he was talking about another investor, right, who purchased Vitaphone a couple of months ago at 23 naira. And today Vitaphone is selling below or above 40 naira. Now this is what we call capital gains. We also have dividends. There are companies listed publicly on the NGX, which if you own their shares, you can be sure to earn consistent dividends whenever the company declares a profit. Now remember that when you own a share, you become an owner, a part owner in this company. So that means that you share in the profits and you also share in the losses of this company. So a company like NIDF, for example, is a perfect retirement plan for anybody. With NIDF, you can be sure to make consistent dividends 4 times every year. So every 4 times every year, every quarter, you can be sure that okay, you get consistent money from this stock. Again, there are other stocks which pays you twice in a year, that is biannually, and also others who pay once in a year. So with a combination of capital gains, with a combination of dividend income, you can be very sure that with the proper guidance that you can take advantage of the opportunities that are around in the stock market. Now, let me tell you one thing, and I'm being very honest with you. The stock market is not a get rich quick scheme. Okay, anybody who tells you that you can come into the market now and you can throw in 100 million and you can be sure to take away 20 million is definitely lying to you, right? But the stock market is a place where systematic investment will pay you. So what do you need to do to take advantage of this market? Number one, you need proper guidance and information. Like nobody goes wrong with proper information anywhere, anytime. Once you have the right information, you have the right guidance, you can be sure that you're already on the right track to succeed. So go out there, visit Coach Oliete's YouTube channel. You'll find many helpful videos there. Make one or two researches on your own. I personally, I never invest in any company that I have not, carefully researched on. Getting these informations will help you understand whether this company is profitable, whether the companies are heading in the right direction, whether the company is in a decline. Okay, so once you have this information, then you need a platform, because one of your questions was which platform are we going to recommend for you? You need a platform that you can buy and transact with. When it comes to platform, we recommend that you use any licensed stockbroking firm of your choice. But for us in Network Investors Club, we have identified Atlas Portfolios as being a reliable partner in this business. And why is that? It's nothing sentimental, but purely based on facts. You get real-time transmission of data. Now, I want you to do something practically right now. At the end of this call, just scroll back to some of the comments from the other investors here. You find a lot of investors complaining that I bought tip yesterday until now it's not reflecting in my account. Again, Coach, we always say that we are not here to demarket any fintech app or anything, but these are the facts. And these are the things that we have experienced and we do not want the new people to experience. So Atlas Portfolios will give you real-time live transmission of data. You also pay very reasonable commission fees. I mean, at the end of the day, we are in this business to make money. So if at the end of the day you are buying from the fintech and you are paying more, you are automatically losing more money. But with Atlas, you can be sure that you have direct access to the market, get prices live, real time, and also pay reasonable commission. And one more thing I must say is that their support is fantastic. I must say that, right? So with all these things in place, the last thing you might need to do is to join a community that will always guide you. And that is where Network Investors Club comes in. We are basically a support group of like-minded investors that has come together to share ideas, to share information, to share recommendations, and we do these things free of charge. Nobody in this club is going to tell you for one day to bring your money, to use your money to do whatever. No, it's a do-it-yourself club. So we encourage people to come in and we teach you how to fish. That is it. Okay. So if you have any more questions, I'll be happy to help you.
Fantastic, fantastic. I'm really grateful for this delightful information that is precise and informative.
Okay.
The first question I'm going to ask is regarding um this long time saving. I actually followed up with various videos that he posted, and actually it's a
Okay.
life saving. They are really life changing, especially if somebody wants to really change his mindset. Because of him, I was opportune to buy one stock like that. Was it GT Co? When they were trying to raise capital.
Okay.
So it's because of your
Right.
inspiration that I quickly jumped into it and bought 40,000, was it 40,000 naira worth of shares. And funny enough, yesterday,
Okay.
oh, 3 days ago, or is it last week, yes, I just saw they sent me my dividend of
Yeah.
directly from to my bank account.
Yeah. Hello, Ahmed. Are you there?
Directly to my bank account. Yes, I'm there. Directly to my bank account.
Yeah.
And those one
Yeah.
of the
Yeah, I can hear
life-changing
you.
events that those are the one of the life-changing events that I was opportune to gain just because of him, and I'm really grateful. So, and I want to use this opportunity to like improve
Fantastic.
on that, to get something like, I prefer those
Okay.
companies that you will be able to invest in, you'll be getting your dividend to like in the next 10 years, 20 years, you don't have to do anything on a quarterly basis, you'll be able to like get your dividends without any stress. Like all those inspirations that you've been given.
Okay.
So I would like to
Okay.
join the group.
Fantastic, Ahmed. I think I got to your question. Sure. Okay. Let's do one thing. Let's make it waiting. Okay. Join the Networks Investors Club, and to do this, just send Coach Omiete a DM on Instagram, at Wealth Coach Omiete. Get the link, join it, then we can carry on this conversation from there. I can guarantee you, I myself and other admins, we are always on ground to guide you. Okay?
Yes, I've sent the request, so thank you very much.
Okay, Ahmed, it's good to hear that you went ahead to do what you did with your GT bank.
Hello, Amen.
You are now, Ahmed, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay, it's good to hear of your success already with GT Bank, and I'm really amazed because at this point, I can only get inspired to do more. Now, if you bought GT Bank public offer, you must have bought that stock at about how much? Is it 45? How much was the public offer again?
I can't actually remember because I just used the opportunity to just, since it's just if you just get opportunity, just jump on it. So I had my extra cash and just entered it and forgot about it. And just something just wonderful happened this last week.
Okay, I wanted to draw your attention to the fact that what he explained, what Maobi told you about capital gains, you're already a beneficiary as well as the explanation he gave about dividend. Now, it was 44 naira 50 kobo, right? That public offer was 44 naira 50 kobo, and usually when you buy public offer, you don't pay commission. It's just straight, direct. Whatever you put in is what you get. Currently, GT Bank is at 68 naira 50 kobo. So what you bought 44.50 is now 68.50. And if you take 60, if you take 44.50 from 68.50, what you get is about 24 naira per share. So you are in profit of 24 naira per share. If we multiply that with your 40,000 GT Bank, you're already in profit at the sum of 960,000. So you're almost 1 million naira in profit already outside your capital that you invested. Upon that, you have already received dividend. Sounds great, right?
Wow. Yes, absolutely.
So that's your current capital gain for investing in GT Bank when you did. Congratulations.
Thank you. I really appreciate. So I will get to join you guys in the special group.
Fantastic. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much, Maobi. I would advise that you just hang on while we keep getting more questions because I'm also trying to do a feedback research on the things that I'm about to share. So, ladies and gentlemen, we had Cadbury. I'm trying to fetch it online where I kept it, and here's the result. Based on the struggles of most of the manufacturers in Nigeria last year, all of them struggled. That's why you had foreign exchange losses recorded by most of them. Dangote Sugar, Bua Cement, Dangote Cement, MTN, all those companies including Cadbury, Unilever, UACN. But UACN and Unilever started coming up almost immediately. The brewery sector also suffered the same, but they are all now roaring back. Now, based on what I saw up till the third quarter and the final year result of Cadbury, it was not doing well. But guess what? The whole thing I told you about Cadbury has been thrown into a dustbin. If you are listening to me now, and that's why it's important to come on live every day if you can. And if you can't, go back to the YouTube videos. They are always there for you to go through them at your convenient time because a whole lot of very vital changes can happen. That's the market for you. Very dynamic. And you will see the great improvement that Cadbury has done. And I can tell you Cadbury has turned a new leaf and is now a new company altogether. Come with me and see the report regarding Cadbury's first quarter. Revenue for 2025 first quarter. We are talking about, in case you are confused, you just joined us, you can't even understand what is first quarter. The first quarter of the year is the first 3 months of the year. Because if you divide the 12 months of a year into 4 parts, then you have divided them into quarters, because dividing any whole number into 4 parts is sharing them into their quarter. So 1 quarter is the first 3 months of 2025, January, February, March. So after March, we are now at the end of April. The whole 3 months will finish. Then inside April, where we are now, in which we are now, they use it to audit or prepare the financial reports. So some of them are already done, and that's why we are getting the reports. So the quarter is ended, the results are out for some will keep coming. So what has happened here is the first quarter result for Cadbury. They made 37 billion naira revenue, generated 37 billion naira in revenue. Revenue is sales. Cadbury is a consumer good manufacturer. You know, they're the ones that do Bonvita and all those Cadbury products. So take a look at this. 37.2 billion was recorded in the first quarter revenue versus 23.6 billion recorded in 2024 first quarter. That's a 57% increase. So they sold more than they did at the same period last year. Now, gross profit or loss, they made a whopping 12.1 billion in gross profit quarter 1, 2025, compared to 4.9 billion in 2024 first quarter. 143% increase. That's almost 1.5 times what they made, more than double what they made last quarter, last year's first quarter. Results for operating activities, profit before tax. Last year, they made a loss before tax, 10.4 billion naira loss, first quarter of last year, and that was when I started ringing the alarm bells that this is not going to be a good year for Cadbury, and it remains so till the end of the year. That's why I kept warning us, don't go into Cadbury until we see that things have changed, because what they are doing is not very okay. But as we speak, from a loss position of 10.4 billion, we now have a profit before tax of 8.4 billion. Last year, it was loss before tax. This year, profit before tax, from a loss of 10.4 billion to a profit of 8.5 billion. That's almost 200% increase, because you will first recover from the 10 billion loss, meaning you make 10 billion and then you now make 8 billion on top of the 10. That now erases the loss of the previous year. That's why you have 8.5 billion naira profit before tax, a 182% change, increase, okay? And then profit for the period. Last year, because of that loss before tax of 10 billion, their profit became a loss of 7.3 billion, because you can't make loss before tax and then automatically make profit before tax. No, you will pay taxes from the 10 billion, and then whatever is left becomes your final loss. So they made a loss after tax of 7.3 billion last year, whereas profit after tax this year is 5.9 billion. So another 182% increase. If you come to the per share metrics, basic earnings per share, last year it was a loss per share of 3 naira 21 kobo. I couldn't have seen a company making a loss and telling you go ahead and buy, because Cadbury got beaten last year, blue and black. Let me see if I can recall the chart for Cadbury, and let's decide whether the results, the company's results, got punished based on what they did last year. I'm trying to recall so I can match the events of first quarter regarding price action for Cadbury. By this time last year, when the results was out, Let's see what happens. Okay? So that's it. 2nd of May, Cadbury got beaten down to 17 naira per share. 2nd of May. At that point, I think the first quarter result was already out. So then, what we were looking at was the loss per share of 3 naira 21 kobo. But guess what? First quarter 2025 that we are in now, they have turned profit. It's now 2 naira 62 kobo profit. Guess what the result of that is on Cadbury as we speak right now? Full bid, no offer. So suddenly, Cadbury jumps from 29 naira it was yesterday to 32 naira 15 kobo as we speak. Suddenly, Cadbury that was trailing UACN is now about the same price with UACN as we speak. So, fantastic result by Cadbury, and therefore, every other thing you have heard about Cadbury has been thrown into the gutters because the company has bounced back to profitability. Please take advantage of the situation, and I know at this point it's difficult to buy it. Don't go chasing a stock. I will repeat over and over. Eventually, the euphoria of the performances of the first quarter results will die. When it dies, just keep Cadbury aside as one of those companies that will do fantastic this year. Can I tell you one of the reasons why most of the consumer goods manufacturers are now going to dominate? That's because consumer goods actually increased prices, including the brewery sector, even the cement manufacturers. Most of them increased prices due to inflationary trend of 2024. So even without increasing production, the price increase has also shown very tremendous improvement in terms of revenue growth. So that's why consumer goods sector is going to be booming in 2025. This is a new update. Take it from me. Consumer goods manufacturing companies are going to do very well this year based on latest price increases that was effected in the course of doing business last year. Okay, so that's one company that has turned a new leaf. Now, the other company I was going to talk about is livestock feeds. Their result was not wonderful at all. So if you were looking at long term, especially those who bought at 3 naira 72 kobo and below, or even at 6 naira, livestock feeds, unless something good comes up, they may not perform very well this year. I've still not taken time to look at exactly where they missed it. Maybe it was an extraordinary item that ate into what should have been a profit, right? What should have been a better profit, because they didn't run into loss, but they performed poorly compared to last year. So this is the time to start making your adjustments. Do you want to hold your livestock feeds and see what happens? Sometimes what we anticipate is not what happens in spite of the results. We saw it with First Bank. But what's really going on with livestock? How is the market responding to this first quarter result? Remember, first quarter result is just 1 quarter out of 4. Anything can happen. But let's take a look and see why has increase in prices, which is favoring consumer goods sector, not favoring livestock. These are some of the questions I would like to ask and do a further dig into their financial report. Maybe over the weekend I can have time to do that. But what is market's reaction towards this result for livestock? Let's go on and see what it is. That's it. From 8 naira 55 kobo, livestock feeds is down to 7 naira 82. I remember livestock feeds got up to 10 naira some days ago or some weeks ago. So the market is not happy. There are, however, still sufficient bids, 4.5 million bids versus 4.5 million offers. So maybe, just maybe, there is still something in livestock that shareholders are hoping to grab. So we will find out if it's an extraordinary item that ate into what could have been a better profit position for livestock. We will know from the report. And if that is what happened with livestock, then we rest assured that this drop is an opportunity to get more, because eventually that one-off situation would have been taken care of in the second, third, and fourth quarter of this year, therefore making livestock feeds still a stock to hold. But one needs to really be sure before we make that conclusion. In any case, the market has already punished the stock a bit, but it's not looking like the stock is being seriously punished yet at all, because there are still buyers matching the same quantity of sellers in the market, right? Okay. Let me try to track most of your comments that we missed in the course of the discussion with Ahmed. Coach, what's the ticker symbol for NIDF? It's NIDF. Valentina says, good day everyone, longest time. Valentina, thank you for joining. You missed the birthday edition yesterday. Do well to watch it on YouTube. You will enjoy the fun we had yesterday. Don't send any money to anyone claiming to be coach. Success Mindset, thank you very much. Yesterday somebody called me and told me that somebody might use my Facebook, created a second Facebook account using my details and asked him to transfer 100,000 into an app, and he did. And when I asked for that, how did you do that? This was somebody well known to me. I've known him for like 15 years. So it's not even a social media follower. And he said, they gave me an account number to pay him. And I said, you saw the name on the account number? He said, yes. I said, does it look like my name? Even if it's my name, I don't give people my account number to make investment payments, right? So that was how his 100,000 went. And they were deceiving him with an app that they told him to download, and he was seeing that the money is growing. Nothing was growing. They deceived him. I told him they are deceiving you with showing you an app, telling you the money you invested is growing, so they can lure you into giving more. And I've done disclaimers on Facebook. I've said it before, I don't know how long I should keep saying it. I will not come to you uninvited and start telling you come and invest. If I don't speak here publicly, what I don't tell you here publicly, I don't tell you in the secret. So let nobody, that's how they created an account here on Instagram. That account was lifting my videos. And on TikTok, I reported the account to TikTok twice. The 2 times, the response was that no community rule violation. This same TikTok that banned my first account suddenly cannot see anything wrong with impersonation. So I decided to block that person so they can't keep lifting my videos. So, but the person still goes ahead and tries to do whatever they're doing. The same thing on Facebook. So please be guided. I will tell you what I need to tell you here and go away. But I will not come to your DM uninvited to start luring you into downloading an app, this and that. Please don't be deceived. And if you hear about anything, find out. Come to the group on Discord and ask questions. All right? Apart from those who enroll for one-on-one coaching, you are still the one who will ask me, but not for me to come to you. I won't come and ask you for any money. I won't ask you to download nothing. As I tell you in public, that's it. Please don't be deceived by my pictures that they carry to create all sorts of things. It really troubles me a lot, but we should be smarter. Let's our antennas be very quick and fast, sharp enough to pick any foul play, right? I'm sounding it again. There are about 123 listeners right now on TikTok. I am saying it again. Please hear me. I will not come to your DM to ask you for money. Anything you see in my face masquerading as me is a fraud. please disregard. Thank you very much. Thank you, Valentina. Doors of blessings and good health are open for you, for your sake. Amen. Thank you. Valentina, nice to have you here again. Okay, that's from Maui. Ataboza Enterprises, how can I start? All right, let's have Ataboza. Maobi, stand by for Ataboza. I'm bringing him up. And anybody who is listening to me now who is not following me, can I tell you this? If you are not following me, you are losing money. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Please tell us your name and where you're speaking from.
Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello.
My name is Oiza. I'm streaming from Kogi State. My name is Oiza, streaming from Kogi State.
Oiza from Kogi State. Thank you very much for joining. We're glad to have you. Hello, Oiza. There's some bit of noise on your background. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me, sir?
Oiza, I can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead.
My name is Oiza, streaming from Kogi State. Good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon to you. We're glad to have you. Go ahead with your questions. Unfortunately, we can't continue with Oiza. Maybe I'll try to call her back. Could be better. Comrade Sharp is watching from Ghana. Thank you very much, Comrade, for joining. Let me look for a way to call Oiza back. Let's see if calling directly could make it better because she needs to be heard. Sorry, people, let's be a bit patient and help one of us. She's shown keen interest in getting started, and it would not be nice if we just let this opportunity to put her through disappear. Oiza, if you can hear me, maybe you should call back because I'm searching for you on the queue of attendees and I can't find you yet. So Oiza, can you hear me? Do well to call back and let's treat your matter directly because it is better off discussed via voice call. Okay, I found her, but she disappeared again. Let's see. All right. A second chance for Oiza from Kogi State. Oh, wonderful. Oiza, you have someone also from Kogi. Adubazi Simon is watching from Kogi State. Excellent. It's good to have you too. Hello, Oiza. Are you there?
Hello.
Hello, Oiza. Can you hear me now?
Hi. Our network in Kogi State is very bad.
Okay, but are you able to hear us? All right, this is what we will do now.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Not to worry, your network is too bad for us to communicate. I will have Maobi speak regarding how you can get started. But Maobi, please hear what she just said here. I'm a teacher. Nothing is coming in for me. My responsibility is more than my income. And she's trying to look for a way to start investing. So let's hear you put her through on how to get started. That's the first question she asked. How can I get started? I'm ready to invest. That's her question. Okay, that's it. Is there an app to register and start?
Okay, sure, coach.
You get to do something. All right.
Okay, sure. All right, Oisa, so sorry you are not able to connect. Would have been nice to talk to you live, but even at that, you can hear. Okay, now let me start with your last submission. We all have one or two things, drawing us back in terms of responsibilities. But I would like to encourage you today for you not to allow, these responsibilities be a defining factor to your finances. Whatever is that challenge that you have can be easily surmounted. Now, investing in stocks will be one of the best ways which you can go about this, right? And I would like to guide you through the process. First and first, just like you found yourself here and just like we come here every day, every working day, except Saturdays and Sundays, you can be joining this live session to get very good information on how to invest in the Nigerian and also in the foreign stock exchange, right? You can also make one or two researches by yourself online. Whenever we say research, we don't mean that you need to go carry an encyclopedia or go lock yourself in a library to read and understand how the stock market works. It's all about doing the basics, going online, researching about the companies you want to invest in. And one good thing is that for every publicly listed company, all their informations, all their dealings, whether in the stock exchange, whether in the boardroom, their finances, everything is 100% public. So with all this knowledge, you can be able to weigh and gauge how profitable or otherwise a company is. That is one thing you can get from your research, right? The second thing will be to choose that platform, that body, that, like I call it, it's like your bank account through which you can buy, through which you can sell, and through which you can do your day-to-day transactions on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. And that body is your stock broker. Now, regarding your stock broker, we recommend that you use a licensed broker which provides you with very vital tools that will aid your success. And what are these tools? You need any broker that will give you real-time live transmission of data. You need a broker that will not overcharge you. You need a broker that will be responsive to you as and when you. And for us, we have tried. I personally have tried multiple brokers, and we have identified Atlas Portfolios as our go-to broker to get these things done, right? So once you get this information in terms of knowledge and you open your stock brokerage account, which is easy and straightforward, believe me, all those things I'm saying, you do not need to rely on anybody. You do not need to go to any office to get them done. You can open your stock brokerage account right from the comfort of your location. If you want to do this, you can do Coach ADM on Instagram. His Instagram handle is at worldcoachdomiente. It will be pinned also in the comment section. Just send a DM, you get the link to register. You can get yourself registered. You can also get the link to join our investors support group called Network Investors Club. Now, from this group, you can be sure to get guidance 24 hours every day. I mean, we communicate as late as 2 a.m., 3 a.m. every day, depending on how the drama and the events in the markets are unfolding. Now, a support group like this will keep you in check, we provide you with adequate information, and we make sure that you don't just drown in the pool of the information that you find out there. Believe me, lots of information out there comes from no research, comes from people who don't even know what they are talking about. So adequate information is key. Using a very good stockbroker is key. Having a very good support system in Network Investors Club is also key. So once you have all those three things sorted out, you can be very sure that you are already on your way in your investment journey. Now, here comes the very more critical part. What do you want to invest in? how do you identify these equities you want to invest in? I like to advise everybody when it comes to this stage, it's time to keep sentiments aside. It's time to be realistic and it's time to do things based on numbers. I'll give you a practical example. You heard coach now recommend Cadbury. But a few months ago, he told everybody in Network Investors Club, no, do not invest in this. And what's the reason? Because the numbers were not good. It doesn't make any logical sense to throw your money into a company that you are not guaranteed that will be profitable. But as of today, this same company has turned a new corner and has become profitable and has shown very good potential. So these are the things that you need to stick with. And once you have all those things in check, believe me, the success is almost guaranteed. So just to close, you can make a good return, good earnings from this business, get the support that you need, keep all the distractions aside, invest with informed decisions and no sentiment, and you will be sure that maybe in a few months' time you'll be giving your testimony right here. Most of the people here in the comment section, you read some comments and you hear, oh, I did this in November, I did this in December, and this is paying now. These are what we are talking about, and these are the things that we want to focus on and that we preach every day here. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Maobi, for that. You talked about my Instagram handle. I've posted it there. I'm pinning it also so that anyone interested in making inquiries, both joining the group on Discord, the link to do that, and also your link to open your brokerage account with Atlas Portfolios, I can easily send to you via DM as well. So DM me on Instagram after searching for me at Wealth Coach Omiati, and that will be taken care of. I have 2 questions I wanted to respond to. Is it Nomi made a request asking about what app that we use. I'm trying to search for that comment right now so I can address her. Okay, that's it. Nomi says, please, what is the name of the app you use to buy stock? I use a broker known as Atlas Portfolios. They do not do apps because apps will not give you instant real-time data. And that's what you really need to make the best move in the market. You know what? They use a web portal. So that makes data transmission, and that's what I'm using here. As I'm talking to you now, the latest transaction on Unilever just showed up at exactly 1:12:06 p.m. That's up to the least second when a transaction is done. So you are very much aware of price movement, and you are not giving prices of yesterday and which you are acting on today, whereas something else is going on in the market. Now, you can use this on your phone, on your laptop, palm top, anywhere, just like an app. But it's not an app, it's a web portal. So when you register with Atlas Portfolios, they create an account for you and send you login details, right? So that's what I use. If you are interested, follow me on Instagram, send me a DM, and I'll forward the link to you to open your Atlas Portfolios account so you can proceed. So that's what Maobi has explained earlier, just trying to clarify. And then someone also asked, please, when is Zenith Bank paying their dividend? Pat Batsol is asking on Instagram, when is Zenith paying their dividend? Interestingly, today is the payment date for Zenith Bank dividend. So get set to receive your own dividend as well as every other person, including the founder of Zenith Bank, who is the current chairman. His name is Jim Ovia. He will be receiving about 25 billion naira as his dividend. If you can hear that, and you are interested in making your own money and also be receiving dividend as the rich do, type 25 billion, 25B, 25B, 25B. Let me see and know that you are really listening up here. Olorika says that good morning, coach. Happy belated birthday. May God grant you your heart desire. Thank you very much, Olori. So I'm waiting for you. I want to be assured that you are hearing me. Type 25B. Okay. Mr. Emerson has typed 25B. Zone 1 name miracle. I can see you there, 25B. So one individual, based on his direct and indirect holdings in Zenith Bank, is walking away, smiling to the bank with 25 billion naira. Not government money, not contract money, nothing else but his own share of investment in Zenith Bank. So how can you continue to live this life without creating your own wealth school, without creating your own money machine? That man can now go on and start any other business he likes. And by October again of this year, between September and October, they will pay another dividend, interim dividend. You know what? To be rich, just do what the rich do. That's all you need. The rich invest, the middle class save, the poor spend. The problem we have in Nigeria today is that there is no middle class anymore. The middle class has collapsed into the poor because they don't have money to even do nothing. So what you do is to find a way to squeeze money out from whatever you are getting and start doing what the rich do, investing, so that you will force your way out of the poor list into the rich list, right? Yesterday I showed you how I started. I went as far as, I don't know how many of you enjoyed it, but I went as far as showing you contract notes when they were using these manual typewriters to type. Contract notes of something like flour mills. I bought 300 units of flour mills at 7 naira 65 kobo or something like that per share, 1998, right? So you can start from anywhere. That's the point. Flour mills, though delisted sometime last year, towards the end of last year, paid shareholders 86 naira per share before getting delisted. So if I accumulated flour mills that time, that would have been so much. Something I bought 7 naira, now 86 naira, outside all the dividends they've been paying and perhaps the bonus shares they declared, right? So a whole lot. I showed you certificates also that I had. So please understand, once again I repeat, don't be deceived by anybody. I beg you, do not be deceived by anybody masquerading as me. They've gone ahead. Once you see an account talking to you, go back and check the number of followers. Once it's less than whatever you know my account is, know it's fake. And I do not have a backup account. On Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, no backup account. So nobody should deceive you into thinking that it is me chatting with you, right? The person who was duped yesterday eventually told me that the individual called him, and when the person called him and he didn't hear my voice, it was somebody else. That's when he began to think that he has been duped. Okay? I will not tell you, for instance, Atlas Portfolios is a licensed stockbroker. If you want to make payments into your own brokerage account that you open with them, you pay into their account. So don't fall for these cheap maneuvers. How can I pay money into an individual's account that I don't even know the person's name, whereas the person is masquerading as wealth oriented and I'm paying money into the other person's account? I have not asked you to pay money into my account. Nobody in Network Investors Club has the right or any mandate to receive money from any individual. We all invest through stockbrokers. So it's making me feel that this Ponzi scheme will not end because people are still very gullible. And that's why we need more information, deepening the financial knowledge and acumen of fellow Nigerians. Because today we are talking about CBEX. Tomorrow another one will come and people will still fall. Please, let's use our brains. If I tell you about Forex, then you are opening a Forex account in your name, not in my name. Nobody should tell you they are investing in stocks, Forex, and all that, and then ask you to bring money to them to invest on your behalf and give you. No. So what we do here, very transparent, very straightforward, because it is actually a mentorship platform to show you how I did it. Clean and clear. So if you can follow instructions, you don't necessarily have to be a graduate of accounting, banking and finance, economics, and what have you. As long as you can follow instruction and you can use your system on your phone, it is straightforward. If you open an account today, it is your name, it is your login details, it is your bank details that are there. You heard our brother who jumped into buying GT Bank public offer. He just watched a video I made on Insta and TikTok. I don't even know that somebody was taking action. But you see, because we are on a mission to reach out to as many and open their eyes to these things, it will go as far as possible. He went ahead, did what he did, and went home without me contacting him, without me knowing that somebody was taking action. Today, he has made 960,000 naira capital gain from that investment that he did. Without even knowing, already he was celebrating a dividend that dropped without struggle. So when you invest directly with a broker, the dividend that the company declares does not know me who spoke to you about it. The registrars do not have my details. It is your details that you entered with the stockbroker that the registrars have, and they just pay the dividend. So all payments comes to you. If you sell the stock, because it's in your account, the proceeds goes into your bank account. Very simple. Please stop parting with your money to criminals all over the place. If these social media handles will not block or destroy their accounts, because I've reported on Facebook, I've reported on TikTok, no action is being taken. I can only do the most. I've done disclaimers, I've published it on TikTok, published on Facebook, but people still get deceived because they see my image. Please, I won't come into your DM to ask you and press you. I have a lot of DMs that I've not even responded to because there is no time. How will I now have the time to start going after people to ask for that? My integrity is intact, and most important for me, beyond anything. If I can come out for free, talk to you, use my resources, and always be available instead of doing a lot of other things I should have been doing with my time, it is not now the same me who has invested my own energy like this for free, who will come creeping into your DMs to swindle you. Please be alert and avoid scammers. They are all over the place. But don't be afraid. All right? Thank you very much. Just take note. I won't come by myself into your DM to tell you about investment. I will only be here and in the group giving out information and updates. Apart from those who eventually DM me for one-on-one coaching, I have no business going into anybody's DM. I hope you hear this, because I have said it over and over, but people keep following victims. If you are not following me, by the way, you are losing money. That young man followed just a video, and he's made 960,000 between when GT Bank did their public offer and now. How much more if you now follow and be a part of our daily live session like this, and also join our Network Investors Club, watch the videos on my YouTube channel, and see if your financial status will not improve. I can tell you, if I can do it from the scratch, anybody else can. And that's why I'm here, to encourage you. Don't settle for that situation that you are in. Your pay is not enough for you. That should be enough motivation for you to proceed to painfully remove something out of what you have and secure your tomorrow. The reason why I can comfortably be here talking to you, because you all know schools have resumed, School fees needs to be sorted. I don't pay school fees when schools resume. I pay school fees during break. It's that simple. You too can get to that point where the financial pressure the world is facing is almost like news to you because you have taken time to build wealth following the principles that I used. Please, life can be far better than you are facing now, and it is the decision you make today that will matter a lot tomorrow. That's why beyond just being live here, we are actually planning on physical appearances at various locations across Nigeria and around the world. You'll be informed how this is done. If you recall, some of you who are old members, you will know that we have subgroups in the club. The subgroups are based on locations where you currently live, not your place of origin, where you're from. So that if we are having an event in your city, for instance, in Lagos or Abuja or in Port Harcourt, those members of the club in that subgroup who reside in that location would be the ones to organize the physical preparations and everything to see to it that we have a fantastic physical outing. Because I am not, if I was a scam, I wouldn't be using my name and my face. If you notice scammers, they never disclose their identity. But I'm too real and too honest to involve in any negativity. That's why I can boldly come out in public and talk to you about this. Invest only in regulated sectors like the stock market and the money markets. Forget every unsubstantiated and unrealistic return on investment that is being sold all over the place. The stock market is not a get-rich-quick scheme, like Maobi has mentioned. Okay? So quickly, let's go on to other things because I'm seeing a lot of comments still standing by. Whereas we have, Coach, what's your opinion about Transcorp role officials? Transcorp is a stock that one has to be very patient with. Very, very patient. There's a whole lot of opportunities in Transcorp. There is a huge prospect. But you need to be patient because these billionaires are slow to act sometimes. They are not as impatient as we are. And sometimes you might, out of impatience, sell off a stock that you should wait in. So as a matter of fact, at around, if you buy Transcorp at 44, you are still buying it at the same price before the reconstruction. Transcorp did a share reconstruction and the number of shares reduced from 40 billion to 10 billion shares. And so people who had 1 million shares, their shares were reduced to 250,000 shares. But at the same time, the stock price also was increased 4 times to match the share reduction. So from 11 naira, it went to 44 naira post reconstruction. So if you see Transcorp at 44 naira today, you are buying it almost a year ago's price of the former 11 naira, which is a good deal. But you know what? When the international market crashed recently, a week or less than 2 weeks ago, it affected the Nigerian market one day, just one day alone before the Nigerian market began to recover. Transcorp dropped to about 36 naira per share. That was a huge bargain because there's no how you will tell me that Transcorp has not created more value than it did before the reconstruction. So if you take a look at these things, there is a lot of money in Transcorp, but what is holding that stock is the corporate action of the management. If Transcorp wakes up tomorrow and pays 2 naira per share dividend, that stock will soar to 60, 70 naira. But like they did paying 60 kobo the last time, you can see the stock price did not respond very well. So whenever they decide that it's time to pay dividend, like they did for UBA, the stock price will appreciate. Can I use UBA Bank to invest? Juanita, or Juanita, I guess that's the correct pronunciation. Juanita, you can't invest in stocks through a bank. You can only use a stockbroker, right? So whether it's UBA stocks you want to buy or any other bank stock or any other company, it is stockbrokers that gives you that access. Thank you very much, Grace. I see you with the gifts you have given. Really appreciate. Okay. Coach, do you know how to check if my Atlas Portfolios accounts have been mandated? You need to check your inbox or your junk mailbox or spam mailbox. The first thing you will receive is a welcome email with login details. So do that and be sure, depending on how long your application for account opening was submitted. Fortune Ojenema says, Atlas, please kindly credit me. I funded my account since 1 p.m. yesterday. Up to now, no credit. Okay, let's see if Atlas is in the building so we can get them up to respond directly. Atlas, if you can hear me, I'm actually searching to see if you are here. Okay, looks like I can't find them on the queue, but I hope that they can get to you. Use their WhatsApp lines, send them messages, and hopefully they will see it, pick it up, and respond. At least it's a good thing. Okay, Atlas is here. It's a good thing we have a responsive broker who can always delve in and sort things out. Hello, Atlas. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, ma'am. We have Fortune Ogunama talking about account not being credited since 1 p.m. Can you weigh in, please?
All right. Probably if he's here on the line, he can probably chat us up because we've been having some bank network issues where we receive alerts and we don't get to find the money in the bank statement.
Okay, she's here. I'm bringing her up.
So we need to be sure.
We're also going to come up.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, Miss Fortune or Jenema.
Okay, go
Yes,
ahead.
I funded my account. I funded my account since yesterday around 1 p.m. As usual, I attached my receipt to show that I funded the account, and I didn't see anything up till now. Normally, it would just be maybe 1 hour or two tops for me to be credited, but it's over 24 hours, and the day is almost over again, and nothing. My account has not been credited.
All
I've
right.
emailed you
Apologies.
your customer
Apologies.
and
I'm doing a
yes, and then
follow up.
on
I'm
WhatsApp as well.
actually
I've sent you the
on the
login.
call with the account person. Let me just see. All right. Did you pay into our Sterling Bank or GT account?
Your GT account.
All right. I'm following up. Just give me a few minutes. Maybe in the next 5 minutes. Let me see
Okay,
how to work with the account department to get it resolved.
very well. Thank you.
Okay, so while she's doing that,
Thank you,
what
coach.
is asking, not a problem, Fortune, says, I would like to transfer my shares from AfriInvest to Atlas. How do I go about it, please? Or B, what you can do is send me a DM on Instagram. I'll send you the link to open your Atlas account. First stage is to open an account with Atlas Portfolios. Then once that is done, you've confirmed, you've been verified, they will send you login details. The moment you are able to log in, you now have them as your stockbrokers. Then you can email them to say, look, I want to transfer my stocks from AfriInvest, kindly process, and then they will send you a share transfer form to complete. Once you complete, send back to them. They will now have the authority to interface with AfriInvest for that transfer to be done. I hope it's clear. Thank you very much. Okay, Atlas, Grace also says she made a payment. Grace, please call in so I can bring you up and let them chat with you also via voice discussions. Tony is also asking to be brought up, so it looks like we have a lot of callers. Okay, Grace, please take a look at the comment section. Atlas is asking for your full name. Honestly, this is one of the reasons why we are here. People tell you invest and you're having challenges, you should be able to meet up by finding solutions so you are not left high and dry, like they say. These are all things that can be sorted out. Sometimes some systems fail and all that. At least we have a place where we can communicate so that you are not left stranded or afraid of the worst. What happens to someone who bought shares in one oceanic bank? What will happen to the stock? Chrome Tech Farms. Oceanic Bank was actually acquired by EcoBank Transnational. So instead of Oceanic Bank, you are now a shareholder with EcoBank Transnational Incorporated. That means a portion of EcoBank shares has been exchanged for your, a portion of EcoBank shares have been exchanged for your Oceanic Bank shares. You will not have the same quantity of Oceanic Bank shares you had initially because the merger or acquisition was done by the leading partner, which is Eco Transnational in this case. So approach the registrars of EcoBank Transnational so that they can furnish you with the details of how many shares you have with them. And of course, it means that you will also be having some unclaimed dividends. If you can call in, we could talk to you and search on the unclaimed dividend portal to see if your name is there. Hopefully, it should be there, but not on the instance of the transmission.
Okay, Coach, Mrs. Fortune or Misfortune. Okay, your account has been credited now. You sincerely apologize for the oversight, please. So you can kindly refresh your account to confirm
Thank
the
you,
receipt.
thank you. It was just yeah, it was just unusual. But I've seen it now. I've refreshed and I've seen it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. One problem solved. It's good to feel that we are still adding value and not leaving you stranded. At Taboza Enterprise. Okay, IB Lawal. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Good afternoon. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Yeah, my name is Ibrahim Lawa. I'm streaming from the UK.
Ibrahim Lawal from the UK. Thank you for joining. Please go
Yeah,
ahead.
I just requested. I've been following you for quite a while now. I'm just interested in the proper way to start buying stock properly in Nigerian stock exchange market. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
very simple. I can hear you loud and clear. A lot of Nigerians in diaspora are doing exactly what you are thinking already. And you will not regret it, especially with a platform like this where we try to help ourselves with information and analysis of what's going on with these companies. First things first, you will open a brokerage account and I can send you the link to do that if you can DM me on Instagram.
Okay.
Right? The form, submit to them. Atlas Portfolios, as you can hear, have always been a part of this live session to help investors who use their platforms sort out whatever challenges they have. So it makes it a bit easier. At least it's not a faceless interface. Then once your account is open, they'll send you an email. So you'll be checking maybe 72 hours after submitting your form. Check both your inbox and your junk mail or spam mailbox for their response, where they'll send you login details. So it's between you and them. Of course, it's you they know, and the interface with your account will be based on the details you submitted directly in the course of filling your forms.
Okay. Can I have your Instagram handle?
Instagram handle is at Wealth Coach Omiete, the same as my TikTok handle here. I'm still typing it. I will try to pin it once I type and submit. You can DM, screenshot, and then search for me on Instagram. That's it there. At Wealth Coach Omiete. That's it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Noted.
All right. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Ibrahim. Have a great day.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, we have a lot of callers on the queue. I'm going to follow one before the other as they are. Ataboza. Ataboza, please, I hope your network is better now. Looks like you have more questions to ask. After you on the queue is Tony. And after Tony, we have Oluwadamilola. Hello, Ataboza.
Hello, good afternoon. Sorry, my network has been a headache for me.
Okay,
I'm streaming from
hopefully.
Kogi State. I'm by name Oiza. Okay, can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear us?
Okay. My name is Oiz. I'm streaming. I'm just trying to. I think I got to be aware of this through one other guy, Money Mike. So he asked I get a brokerage account. I said, how do I go about it? Number one. Then secondly, does it mean that low income earner can actually invest in Nigerian stock exchange market? Because I am a secondary school teacher, and you know how the salary of Nigerian teachers kind of look like. The responsibility is more than the salary coming in. So just an idea and maybe ways of encouragement if actually it's for people like us.
Well, there is no class barrier when it comes to investing in the stock market. And maybe you can draw a little bit of inspiration from my own beginning. I was just a young boy living with my parents, hoping to gain admission. Of course, not even talking about employment or earning anything when I started investing with 4,000 naira. Bought Savannah Bank shares then because I thought there is a way that one can make legitimate income without stealing or fraud. Even though the entire system, way back then up till now, people still feel you must do something dirty to make wealth. It was that passion that drove me into investing that early when I discovered there is the stock market. At that time, no internet to tell you any other thing and nobody to guide you for whatever. But you see, if I was able to start from not being employed to going through university, graduating, and realizing my portfolio value shot up to 500,000 naira plus at the time I was graduating by just investing 4,000, 5,000, 10,000, anyhow I see the money. And my degree course was 5 years, only 5 years. So within 5 years of just doing that, okay, I think I did industrial training along the line for 6 months, in the course of that 5 years. So that was where I got any reasonable income to invest. But you see, starting from where you are helps you to develop the discipline and control over money so that when better income comes, you can deploy it without wasting it. So you really can start if you have the determination. And that's why we want to do live sessions. I will be physically present in some cities as God will help us to be able to talk these things into us directly. Sometimes just saying it on air or on live stream like this makes it look fake because there are a lot of fakes all over the place. We will always tell you the truth about this. The stock market is not a get rich quick scheme. That's why people who try to get rich quick come into the stock market, they must surely lose money. But hear me, maybe you are about to be prepared for better income, but perhaps God wants you to develop that discipline over money and dominance over money so that when you start earning more, you can be able to still set aside a reasonable amount to invest. So no matter what you earn, do you know you can invest even as little as 1,000 naira in the stock market today? Possible. Just whatever you fund your account with when you open it, you are ready to go. Because there are stocks far less than 1,000 naira per share. You can just keep going at your pace, and maybe, just maybe, you are promoted or you get a new job that pays you more. You will now use that discipline you developed when you didn't have much to rule much that will start coming. In a final analysis, the money you save today is what will save you tomorrow. So if you decide that it's not enough, then you can never see enough money because if you were earning, so that's what we're talking about. Are you clear? I hope you got me.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Thank you very much. So just take it one step at a time. Be encouraged. Never mind. You too will get there. I showed them yesterday, 1998, I bought flour mills, 7 naira 65 kobo. It was 300 units of flour mills I bought, just 300 shares. But it's no longer the same today. Even if I bought 300 units, 7 naira 65 kobo, flour mills got 6 naira. So what I failed to buy that time, I am not qualified to buy after the company has grown to 86 naira per share. That's the way it works. So you may think it is little money you are putting, but if the company grows value, then you will be amazed how fantastic the returns you get will be. That's the way it works. Is that okay, ma'am?
Yes, sir. It's okay, sir. Talking of the brokerage account, the other person asked I open because he said he's not in the country. He's also a coach like you, that he's not into Nigerian that I should look for. How do I go about the brokerage and what's the cost, or is a free account to open?
Free, free, free. Follow me on Instagram, send me a DM, and forward the link to you. You open your account, they send you login details, you are ready. The next step, put money in your account and then keep listening up for the tips I give as to know what to invest in. Very simple. Every day we are here trying to educate more people to do these things for a better financial future. That's it.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Tony has been waiting all along. After Tony is Oluwadamilola. Hello, Tony.
Hello, Coach. Good afternoon. Hello, coach. Can you hear me? Yes, I. Okay, good. Thank you, Moby. While coach comes up, I have some little challenge during the GTB initial public offer. I bought some shares. Though when filling out the form, um, I think they just ticked out um First Quest Securities as my broker. So after the allotment, I got my allotment and I've been trying going back and forth with them, sending mails to Atlas after I opened my account with Atlas, sending mail back and forth with Atlas and this thing so that my shares can be sent to my dematerialized to my Atlas portfolio, which actually has been having issues. I don't know why it hasn't really gone through. But my question now is, yeah, having all these things, I hope you are getting the trend now. During now, I noticed something that during the dividend payment, what I now got by my calculation is less than 5% of what I should get, bearing in mind how much dividend is declared. So I don't know. I'm trying to sort out and know why, and maybe ask few questions if there is something I should do or if I'm making a mistake somewhere. Correct? Yeah.
For them to clarify how much or what quantity of the shares that was actually allotted to you.
Okay. Let me come in there.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
I have gotten mail and confirmation that of the
Okay.
number allotted. Are you getting me?
Okay.
I have a
Yeah, I
mail.
got you. So
I have a
from
mail.
the
Yeah.
confirmation that you got, is it equal to the amount that you spent during the purchase?
Correct. Yes, it is. It, they allotted me everything, which I have as well sent to Atlas. I have screenshotted the mail and
Okay.
forwarded to Atlas, which they have confirmed that I've been allotted.
Okay. Okay, then, Mr. Tony, I think what we need to do here, I think we need to bring Atlas up for them to throw a little bit of light in this. But before they come up, I think one more step that you might need to initiate is to do a global search to know actually from the CSCS statement what quantity of shares you have reflecting there. Once you have the correct quantity reflecting on the CSCS statement, then you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Whatever is the discrepancy might can be reconciled. So Atlas, if you don't mind, if you can come up and address this issue a little bit. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Hello,
Tony.
Atlas, are you there?
Yes, good
Yes,
afternoon. Okay, sir, can I have your full name, please?
Nwokoro Chidozie Anthony.
Okay, so we are talking about GT co allotment here.
correct.
How many units, sir?
Oh,
How many units? Yeah.
pardon?
How many units did you subscribe?
5,700.
All right. Okay. You said you sent us your allotment advice.
Yes.
All right. Please just stay online. I'll check.
Thank you very much, Akabuza. I'm seeing the bits. Really appreciate that.
Sir, your CSCS statement, does it carry a third name or an initial?
No initial, just Ngokoro Chidozie Anthony.
Jude Moore says, I have 4,000 units, either Union Bank, since 2002, never collected a dime, don't even know how that share is. Union Bank. Okay, Jude Moore, send me a DM or type your full name here. Let me check on the unclaimed dividend portal. But for your information, Union Bank has been delisted, taken over by Titus Trust Bank, Titan Trust Bank. And I'll give you details of how to also do about that. Let's do with GM and Instagram.
Okay, all right, sir. I can see you chatted us on WhatsApp.
Correct.
Okay. I'm just trying to go through. I remember that I responded to you personally. I'm trying to go through the chat to see what was concluded.
You sent me a form to fill out, which I did, and you said you look at it and revert back. So, which I'm still waiting. But the funny thing is that when the dividend is being paid, based on the declared dividend, I'm looking at it and I just got like less than 2% of what actually should be given. When others are smiling home with something good, I just got 900 naira.
All right, I understand your answer how you feel. So, okay, so I remember that the mail you got stated that the shares was credited into FBN Quest Securities,
Correct.
and we discussed you might need to do an intermember, but first we need to get the CSCS statement from that house. I sent you a letter to request for CSCS statement, which we have uploaded to CSCS. We are waiting for their response. So once we are able to get the statement from CSCS, I'm sure it will show you the numbers of units that was allotted to you in that house. You know, sometimes if you don't subscribe through a broker, there are times where there are a lot of marketers outside. The bank can decide to give it to any available marketer. If I'm coming from any other broker, I can pick it up, create an account to make sure that the shares are being credited into that account. Most times when you go through subscribe through the bank, it happens. So let's just wait for CSCS response on the statement. Then from there we can think about moving into Atlas. So kind of
Okay.
exercise patience. Let's see how tomorrow goes. I'm sure we should get a response from there.
It's all right.
All right, sir. Thank you for
All
understanding.
right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Tony. Next on the queue is Oluwadamilola, but before Oluwadamilola comes up, we have um, Jude Moore, who spoke about buying Union Bank shares since 2017. I've done a search on claim dividend portal of the Securities and Exchange Commission, and Jude, your name is there. If you can see from there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unclaimed dividends in your name. Legacy Access, the company they acquired along the line, then Access Bank itself, then Diamond Bank, that means you had Diamond Bank shares also, um, you are now having Access Bank in place of Diamond Bank. So when you acquired Diamond Bank as at that time, there were dividends you could not claim. When it became Access Bank after its acquisition, that's Diamond Bank that's been acquisition by Access. You also have unclaimed dividends. But you also have FCMB Group unclaimed dividends and then the Union Bank you mentioned. So you can only remember Union Bank, but the system has it on record that you also have FCMB Diamond, which is now Access Bank. Okay, so Jude Moore, send me a DM on Instagram. I will tell you how to go about this. I'll send you this link. Basically, you can apply for your global events online. And then, in order to also get these stocks, take full control of these stocks to be able to see them. I'll also send you the link to open a brokerage account for yourself. Then the broker will now move those shares wherever they are, even if they are in CSC. So your account where you can log in and see them and take action on them as often as you will. Okay, Oluwadamilola, we have already gone past 2, but we will take your call. We will also take the call of Mickey Man before we round off. Hello, Oluwadamilola.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Please tell us where you're from.
My name is Eliada Umbrella Rafael, and I'm streaming from Lagos.
Damilola from Lagos. Go ahead.
Please, I'd like to speak with Apple.
You would like to speak with Atlas? Atlas, yeah,
Yes.
over to you, Atlas. Damilola.
I called in last week and said that a friend trying to open a brokerage account for over a week and he hasn't gotten any response. So I'm just calling again to ask if there's a problem. If he's rejected, even if he's rejected, he ought to get a mail or
There
something.
is too much interference at your background. We will not be able to continue. Please do not step away from the mic.
Is it better now?
No.
Okay.
King Darius says, please, what's the best app for shares? Just use Atlas Portfolio. Juanita Roberts says, please, I am interested, but I don't know how to go. Okay. Send a DM on Instagram for further details on how to go about this. Joining the Discord group, everything you need to know, including opening a brokerage account. You are in the right place. There are many helpful admins and members of the club who can always be there to assist in any way possible. Most important thing is you have the determination. Hello, Oluwadamilola. Okay, she's in a very noisy background and we can't cope with that. All right, Atlas has confirmed and responded to you. If you can see on the comment section, drop the shareholder's name and they will deal with the rest. Jude Moore, you can go ahead and drop a message here. Just that I always struggle with Instagram, I mean TikTok messages. In the DM section, and yours will just get missing in the process. Please, sir, I invested through Bamboo. Can I switch to Atlas? Yes, you can. Atlas has responded accordingly to such a question like this. Get the link to open your account, send me a DM on Instagram. Baba Gift, you are the one I'm speaking to. And I will send you the link. Once you open your account with Atlas, you can give them instruction to go ahead to transfer your stocks from Bamboo. Thank you very much. We are 4 minutes into today's live. Beyond the closing time of today's live session. Really appreciate everybody who has been part of this. Maubi, thank you very much for giving us your closing shot as we round off today.
Yeah, thank you, Coach. Nice there again, as always. More engagement. I mean, at a point today, I just noticed we had 165 viewers. And guess what? It's not even your birthday. So that goes to show that, the message that we're trying to preach is reaching to the intended audience that we are trying to reach. So it's been a good day, and I look forward to being here again tomorrow. All right, thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you very much, Maubi. Over to Atlas. Please tell us the parting shot.
All right, thank you very much, everybody, for your time. We appreciate you now and always. And if we still have any pending transaction, please kindly send us a message or WhatsApp. You can call us, send us a mail, so that we can just keep following up on whoever is in question to attend to all of these inquiries. And I also want to mention something about all the third party our coach has been mentioning. We are able to move from Bamboo because they are related to Lambert and some other apps. But for Trove, they say they're in connection with one of those brokers, but I think they are opening a custodian account for those customers, so it is difficult. The option on Trove is just to sell. That's the anybody on Trove now, you can't move, it's just to sell. So for anybody who is trying to go into that, probably you can just take caution and be aware of what it is. So that'll be all for now. Coach, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, let me appreciate you all for making yesterday, my birthday, a wonderful session. If you missed that session, you missed a lot, but thankfully, we have the video on my YouTube channel. We spoke a lot about so many things and had a good laugh also about my quote when I started my banking career. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for all the birthday wishes and prayers. Hopefully, we'll keep making money. Stay updated. For those of you in Canada and in the US who are not able to join because of time difference, today's live session, just like yesterday's, will also be uploaded on the YouTube channel for your listening pleasure. Until we meet again tomorrow, 12 noon to 2 p.m. Nigerian time, this is me saying thank you very much and sign.